Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever opened your refrigerator and wondered if everything inside is truly helping your health or quietly harming it? What if I told you that 9 of the most common foods in your kitchen, foods you think are perfectly safe, could be silently sabotaging your health every single day? Sounds shocking, doesn't it? Especially when these foods are meant to nourish your body, boost your energy, and keep your brain sharp. But the truth is, the cold, icy environment of your refrigerator isn't always your friend. In fact, for these 9 foods, refrigeration can be downright dangerous. Yes, today we're going to uncover the 9 foods seniors should never refrigerate and the science behind why keeping them cold can damage your health. By the end of this video, you'll know how to store these foods the right way, preserve their nutrients, and actually get the most benefit from them. And trust me, number 2 on our list will absolutely shock you. Let's start with number 9, potatoes. Many seniors believe that keeping potatoes in the fridge is harmless. The reality? Refrigeration is a potato's worst enemy. When potatoes are stored at cold temperatures, their starches turn into sugars through a process called cold-induced sweetening. This isn't just a matter of taste. These sugars can react with amino acids when you cook the potato at high heat, forming a compound called acrylamide, which the International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies as a probable human carcinogen. Imagine thinking you're eating a healthy side dish, but in reality, you're exposing yourself to chemicals that could harm your body. Researchers at the University of Idaho tested over 500 potato samples and discovered that refrigeration caused a 300% increase in sugar content within just 2 weeks. That's triple the sugar content, and it happens surprisingly fast. Not only does this affect your health, but the potato's texture suffers as well. Cold temperatures break down the potato's cell structure, making it gritty and unpleasantly sweet. So how should you store them? Keep your potatoes in a cool, dark place, around 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, like a pantry, cellar, or even a cardboard box in a closet. Avoid plastic bags, which trap moisture and encourage rotting, and always keep potatoes away from onions. Proper storage can keep potatoes fresh for up to 3 months, while refrigeration ruins them in just 2 weeks. Next, number 8, bread. If you've been putting your bread in the fridge to keep it fresh, here's some bad news. Refrigeration actually makes your bread stale faster. Scientists call this process starch retrogradation. Starch molecules crystallize, pushing out moisture and leaving your bread hard and crumbly. Researchers at the Institute of Food Technologists found that refrigerated bread stales 6 times faster than bread kept at room temperature. Not only that, the cold breaks down volatile compounds responsible for its aroma, leaving your once fragrant bread tasting like cardboard. The solution is simple. Store your bread in a bread box or paper bag at room temperature. The container should allow some airflow to prevent mold while keeping the bread soft. And if you can't finish the loaf in a week, slice it and freeze it. Freezing preserves bread better than refrigeration, and when you toast it straight from the freezer, it tastes almost as good as fresh. Number 7, honey. Nature's perfect food, honey never spoils. Archaeologists have even found edible honey in Egyptian tombs thousands of years old. But the refrigerator is no friend to honey. Cold temperatures cause it to crystallize, turning the smooth liquid into a grainy, hard mass. More importantly, refrigeration reduces honey's natural antimicrobial properties by up to 35%, according to the National Honey Board. These compounds are what make honey a natural antibiotic, beneficial for wound healing, immunity, and digestive health. Store honey at room temperature, ideally between 64 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, in a tightly sealed container. Avoid direct sunlight, which degrades its quality, and if it crystallizes, simply warm it gently in water to restore its natural consistency. Number 6, coffee. For seniors who love their morning cup, storing coffee in the refrigerator is a huge mistake. Coffee beans are highly porous, absorbing odors and moisture from the cold environment. This damages the beans' aromatic compounds, leading to weak, flavorless coffee. A study by the Specialty Coffee Association found that refrigerated coffee beans lose 60% of their aroma within just 1 week. The oils in the beans solidify in the cold, preventing proper extraction during brewing. The right way to store coffee? Use an airtight, opaque container at room temperature, ideally between 60 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Buy coffee in small quantities and consume it within 2 weeks of opening. If you must store coffee long-term, the freezer is better than the fridge, but only if you divide portions and never refreeze them. Proper storage preserves flavor, aroma, and health benefits. Now, number 5, garlic. Garlic in the fridge loses half of its medicinal properties within 10 days. Why? Cold temperatures trigger sprouting and mold growth. Some molds even produce mycotoxins, harmful compounds that can damage health. Garlic's key compound, allicin, is what gives it antibacterial, antiviral, and heart protective properties. Refrigeration destroys it. Store garlic in a cool, dry, ventilated space like a mesh bag or basket, away from sunlight and heat. Properly stored garlic lasts up to 6 months and releases its flavors more effectively when at room temperature. Your dishes will taste far richer. Number 4, bananas. Tropical fruits like bananas cannot handle cold. Refrigeration causes chilling injury, rupturing cells, stopping nutrient production, and turning the fruit black and mushy. A study from the Queensland Department of Agriculture found that bananas stored below 56 degrees Fahrenheit lose 80% of their vitamin C content within 5 days. The ethylene gas they produce is essential for ripening, and cold halts this process. Store bananas at room temperature, between 56 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and hang them to avoid bruising. If you want to control ripening speed, wrap stems in plastic or place them with an apple in a paper bag. Once perfectly ripe, you can refrigerate bananas for a day or 2, but the skin will darken. Better yet, peel and freeze them for creamy smoothies. Number 3, onions. Refrigerated onions become soft, mushy, and lose their ability to caramelize properly. High humidity in the fridge encourages mold growth, which produces aflatoxins, some of the most dangerous carcinogens. Cold temperatures also convert starch into sugars, drastically changing flavor. Whole onions should be stored in a cool, dry, ventilated place, away from potatoes and direct sunlight. Once cut, store them in an airtight container in the refrigerator and use within 7 days. But whole onions? Never. We're now entering the part that will truly change the way you handle some of your kitchen staples. Seniors, if you thought you were protecting your health by refrigerating these foods, you're about to be shocked. Number 2, tomatoes. Refrigeration doesn't just affect flavor, it turns off the genes responsible for producing their flavor compounds. Researchers at the University of Florida discovered that temperatures below 54 degrees Fahrenheit deactivate hundreds of genes, meaning your tomato literally stops being a tomato at the genetic level. Lycopene, the powerful antioxidant that protects your heart and fights cancer, loses up to 65% of its availability when tomatoes are refrigerated. Even the remaining nutrients are less effective because refrigeration destroys the enzymes your body needs to absorb them. Store tomatoes stem side down at room temperature, away from direct sunlight. Use ripe tomatoes within 3 to 5 days, or cook them into sauces and freeze. Cooking actually makes lycopene more available, and freezing preserves it perfectly. Finally, number 1, avocados. This is perhaps the most shocking revelation for seniors concerned about brain and heart health. Avocados contain over 20 essential nutrients, including healthy fats like oleic acid, crucial for cognitive function. Refrigeration triggers lipid peroxidation, breaking down these beneficial fats into harmful free radicals. Researchers at Stanford University found that refrigerated avocados lose 90% of their antioxidant activity within 4 days. The enzyme polyphenol oxidase, responsible for browning, accelerates in the cold, destroying cell walls and converting healthy compounds into bitter substances. For perfect storage, keep unripe avocados at room temperature, ideally 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. For faster ripening, place them in a paper bag with a banana. Once ripe, avocados can be refrigerated for a maximum of 2 to 3 days if necessary, but nutrient loss is significant. If you cut an avocado and can't use it all, keep the pit in the unused half, brush with lemon juice, and store in an airtight container with a piece of onion. This preserves freshness without affecting taste. Now that we've covered all 9 foods, let's reflect on the bigger picture. For seniors, every nutrient counts. Refrigeration, while convenient, has hidden dangers for the foods we rely on to protect our heart, brain, and immune system. These 9 foods represent not just wasted groceries, but missed opportunities for optimal health. By understanding and implementing proper storage methods, you can reclaim the full nutritional power of these foods and give your body the best chance at longevity and vitality. Remember, seniors, knowledge is power. Proper food storage isn't just about taste. It's about preventing chronic illness, maintaining cognitive function, and supporting your overall health in your golden years. Before we end, let's recap the proper storage for each. Potatoes, cool, dark, ventilated space, away from onions. Bread, room temperature in a bread box or paper bag. Freeze slices if needed. Honey, room temperature, tightly sealed, away from sunlight. Coffee, airtight, opaque container at room temperature. Freeze only if necessary. Garlic, cool, dry, ventilated space. Do not refrigerate. Bananas, room temperature, hanging to avoid bruising. Refrigerate ripe bananas for max 1 to 2 days. Onions, cool, dry, ventilated. Cut onions in airtight container in fridge for 7 days max. Tomatoes, room temperature, stem side down. Use ripe ones quickly or cook and freeze. Avocados, unripe at room temperature. Ripe can be refrigerated 2 to 3 days max. Cut with pit, lemon, and onion for short-term storage. Now, seniors, it's time for action. Check your refrigerator. Are any of these foods lurking inside, quietly losing nutrients or forming harmful compounds? Adjust your storage and reclaim the full health potential of your groceries. Your heart, brain, and gut will thank you. We want to hear from you. Which of these foods shocked you the most? Have you been refrigerating them for years without realizing the damage? Share your experiences and opinions in the comments below. And don't forget, subscribe to our channel, The Senior Hub. Share this video with your friends and loved ones. And stay connected so you never miss critical health tips designed especially for seniors. Your golden years deserve nothing less than the best nutrition and care. Together, we can reclaim your health, one properly stored food at a time.